The Whiskey Brothers podcast is intended for an adult listening audience. If you find yourself easily offended, I guarantee this will do it.
They don't want no problem. Nah.
From Houston, Texas, the Whiskey Brothers podcast starts now.
Welcome to the Whiskey Brothers podcast, episode 754. I love this week. We've got Rob Mungle, Trey Tutson. I'm Slade, your host as always. Radu Bondar back on the podcast. He was here Monday. This is your first week with us. I have a feeling you'll be back in the seat again, if I might say so. We have whiskey that we didn't load back up. Wow, Radu's the only one with a shot.
Drinking like a boy.
I got it over here. Trey, are you going to join us for another shot? We're broadcasting live from the vaultsoflore.com.
Vaultsoflore.com.
Studios. Rob, I have this thing loaded up for you in the second segment.
Are you going to send it to me?
I am.
No.
Just a little.
Oh, just have a touch.
Right there. God damn it.
Trey, you got back from your first. You got back, not your first. I would say your first.
This is taking a lot of my soul away every time I take one of these.
Okay,
it hurt a little bit.
Good. Welcome to that's why we drink. That's why we do it in the first place.
All right, fine.
You were with me in El Paso, and I rolled the dice. I said, you know what? I'm going to take young Trey. I get to bring a feature. Who do I want to bring? I loaded him up. We made it 10 hours in a car together. Actually, 9, whatever it was. Kid's a decent conversationalist. He got involved in a podcast. And
A+ road trip guy.
Bro, do you know
I
Malcolm
forgot we went to
Gladwell?
Louisiana together.
Yeah, we
forgot
did.
about that.
Lafayette.
Yeah, A+ fucking road
Isn't he?
trip guy. Yeah.
Isn't he? It's not going to be boring.
Yeah, and yes, I know Gladwell. Yeah.
Of course.
I've never been anywhere. What is the qualifications of a fucking good road, whatever the fuck?
One, don't fall asleep in the car.
I'm not gonna fall asleep.
What?
That's
No,
wrong. My
no.
daddy almost died like that.
What did I tell no, not driving full. What did I What did I tell you about Rob? As
Motherfucker, go to sleep. Rob one of them nap takers.
before you even back up. Like if you're like, oh shit, I left something in the house. I'm gonna run back in and grab my charger. You come back out, he's asleep in the front seat.
Yeah.
Like he faints, like he saw a goat. Like it just
God damn.
Is it the motion?
it's I don't know. He's
It's
just
I
out.
don't want to be in a fucking car.
But he's also
I'm
got
time traveling.
not only does he sleep the whole way, he makes you stop every hour and a half.
Of course.
So he sleeps for an hour and a half, makes you pull over, then he gets back in and goes to sleep for an hour and a half, and then his knee hurts or he's got to pee.
Let's go, Miss Daisy. Fucking, come on. I got to get there.
So that's all the shit wrong with a road trip
Damn,
companion.
Rob, you suck.
That's
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to watch the fucking 15 Subway sandwich shops we're going to pass.
Suck,
It's
Rob.
fucking interstate. Oh, look, another Loves.
yeah, it's
I'm in bed.
I wish a motherfucker could rob you in your sleep when you do that.
you could just
If you could just call it, hey, come rob him real quick.
It's not about the scenery.
yes, it's about your
Yeah,
job.
There's a person in the car who's also a professional comedian. It's fun to talk to them, dog.
I've talked to them for 20 fucking years. I've heard all the stories.
I get that. No, honestly, that's true. Like, anytime I road trip with like my boys, there's parts of it where we're just in silence staring.
Well,
Like,
see,
you talk for a while. But with new people, you'll talk forever.
Sure, yeah.
Sort of, this is sort of my thing. I don't want you to be asleep, but I also don't necessarily want you to talk to me. Like
Yeah. You gotta be flexible.
Just a little bit. Sometimes Andy Huggins is perfect.
Ooh.
Andy Huggins is
Yes.
so perfect because you will listen to an entire Rolling Stones album and then he'll quickly turn it down and go, God damn it. He'll say something about comedy and he'll go, what about, and you'll have a wonderful conversation about the math of stand-up for a half hour.
Very good at the technical side.
Yes, and then it's just an entire Zeppelin record.
Yeah.
And it's so...
It's quiet, there's no conversation, and then he immediately says, you know that one comic you don't like? He talks shit about him, but very concisely. There's a word economy that he's figured out, and you're like, wow, damn, Huggins.
yes.
And then back to quiet
He
for a
turns
little
the
bit.
radio back up. It's so beautiful. That's the perfect one.
And then he just walks on stage and kills, and if he does well enough, he gets his Coney Island for the night. He loves that shit.
That is true. So Trey did well. Trey, we talked for a long time. Then we listened to a lot of podcasts, and then he would turn it down to ask questions, and it was perfect. What?
God.
Not you. You just sleep through the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, that sounds like horrible.
Put him in the trunk.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Dude, that would be perfect. If I could sleep in the trunk, fucking yeah. Put me in the trunk
You're
with
better
a pillow.
you're better on music tour than comedy tour.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh yeah. Totally.
Because music tour
does
is just
plus.
sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You belong on that kind of tour.
Yeah. I'll do that.
You
I'll
should
get
find
the
a boy band, dude. You're too old to learn music, but
Yeah.
you could find some boys. You got a good eye for boys.
You want to be a star?
What's he? Is he gonna Simon Cowell these kids, or is he gonna?
She's just gonna be mean to them until they're
shit.
better. He finds a group to 8 or 11-year-olds,
Just
and
scream
he's just really mean until they get
until
going.
they can sing. You just yell until they dance. How is that?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Let me apply on Monster. Hold on.
You just go to a park, see how many bands you can start.
You want to be famous? Look, you want to be famous? I want to sleep. Let's fucking work it out.
I got a knack for this.
Where's Rob? It's
I'm
weird.
telling you, man. The older you
Rob
get,
spends his life touring the country in a
Yeah.
bus full of 11-year-olds.
yeah, sleeping the whole fucking way. Oh, look, there's the Grand Cake. Yeah. Dude, I'm
Hates
telling you,
children.
the older I get,
Hates them.
the older I
kids
get,
on
the
the
more I
run.
love sleep, dude. I fucking sleep, man. I fucking love it.
How many hours a day do you sleep now?
Oh, as much as I can.
Does the girlfriend
so
approve?
Funny.
Yeah,
This is how you know you close to death.
No,
But when sleep becomes like, yo, I could get used to this.
yeah.
This
I'm telling you,
sleep
that's how you get ready for death.
Can I do it eternally?
Yeah, old people they accept death because, oh man, this is gonna be great.
If only there was a way.
I don't have to listen to you fuckers ever again.
Walk by a cup of bleach.
And sleep.
Are you gonna Anthony Bourdain yourself? What's
no,
going on?
No,
here?
no,
All
no,
right.
no, no. But fucking, I welcome it.
I'm just saying, if I gotta, some people could be like, he talked for 5 minutes about how he wanted to sleep forever, and
Yeah.
then
He doesn't. Rob does not strike me as the kind of person who's going to commit suicide because everything he's doing is slowly killing him. So he's like, what do you mean? I am doing it.
suicide way too fast.
Slow walking. But yeah, she would say all the time, hey,
Who was she? I interrupted
The
you.
girlfriend would say, she'll say, you coming over and hanging out, and you go right to bed. Like, yeah, I'm on the couch. What are we gonna do? Fucking talk about our feelings? I don't know. Let's sleep.
What are you when you're in a relationship? How are you, like the lovey-dovey romantic kind?
Sure,
Or,
and then let's take a nap.
and then just
That sounds great.
I won't
That's
pry.
great, babe. Let's go take a nap. I'm going to take a nap.
Dude, it's a good balance.
It
Because
is.
a lot of time people just want to talk, and
Oh,
if you
God.
can make it seem like you're listening,
Yeah.
while you're asleep,
I just
oh,
paint,
that's strong.
just paint eyeballs on my
There
eyelids.
you go. You're Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, put on sunglasses.
There is something so nice though about the ability to sleep when you want to. Like something like a lot of times you're going
Yeah.
through your day, it's like 3:30 in a regular person's day. They can't just be, man, I got to get all the way to 8 or 9 to
Yeah.
give in. But if you can just at
Yeah.
3:30 be like, you know what I'm gonna do? Just pull the car over and just
Oh, I've done that.
I wish I had that.
I sleep on the road when I take long road trips.
like 3 hours or so.
No, I mean anything over like driving
3.5?
No, if you're driving over
long?
5 or 6 hours, I'll take a nap. Yeah, I'll put a rest stop.
You can't take
Oh my
for 5 or
God.
6 hours.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
What is wrong with
No,
you?
I want that. My body is so particular. I can't even sleep in a Marriott. I'm so elitist. In
I
my
have slept
body.
in a fucking sitting up position in a fucking.
I can't sleep on a plane.
In a
Can't do it.
At all.
Unless I have
Yeah.
the whole fucking row.
But laying down.
Yeah.
And
in a
I have to roll over.
Hyundai Sonata driver's seat for 3 hours in the sun.
No.
At a rest stop.
People who can sleep like
Slept
vertical.
like
Yes.
a fucking
When you can
bird.
sleep standing up, I'm like, what are you, the lowest caste in India? What is this? Where did you learn that skill? I've never been in a position to practice that.
There's no, because that is something you have to adjust to. Like your body has to get used to the point that this is the only way I'm gonna. Like you're in the army,
Yeah.
you're like I can only sleep in dirt trenches. And you come home after 4 years, you're like I'm sleeping in the backyard because
Yeah.
I can't let go.
Right.
But that's because every night of your life you laid in a dirt
Yeah,
trench,
yeah.
and eventually your body went, well, if this is what we're gonna get. But you got to sleep like you're stuck in an elevator your whole fucking. Like what is the course of events that
Yeah.
even allows you to try that once?
Sleep
Just
comes as a
leg
friend
Did a
every day. Says, hey, buddy,
Damn.
it's 4 o'clock. You need about 15 minutes? Yeah. Let's go
Sleeping
take
I don't know what's up with y'all body, but you made me go to sleep.
Trey, Well,
It
here's
was
the thing.
Out
very
in El Paso?
fatherly.
We're driving. So Trey was
See, I'll just drink this and
go right down.
Night, babe.
Trey,
Night,
we're doing
everybody.
that. We're doing that thing on the way back, man. It's a Trey was. So we were going to split the drive, right? And then on the way there, it's about a 9.5 hour drive.
I know. Yeah,
Okay,
done it.
so Trey drove about the first 3, and then I jumped in for a minute. I just drove the rest. I don't mind it. On the way back, Trey was going to drive the first stretch, and then the sun got in his eyes. So I took over.
Yeah, you know how my eyes are with no sun.
I'm looking at with Trey.
Yeah.
Look, Trey. One eye's already looking at Mexico, and the other was in North Dakota. And I'm trusting him because he got us 3 hours, the first 3 hours. So, but then that sun came over the mountains, and you're headed dead east, and that sun is just creeping up over this, and it just piercing. It's right in your like a stage light hung too low, and Trey starts leaning forward, and those eyes start looking everywhere. Look chameleon looking for a fly, and he's squinting into the sun.
I have Bojangle eyes. I got it.
Trey gonna make fun of my whiteness for the next 400 episodes. I call his eyes crossed twice. He throws his fucking hands in the air. So anyway, we pull over on the freeway.
You never been pissed on while you was called white. I'm just saying. These eyes was crossed as I got pissed on by 3 teenage dicks. I'm just saying, if that's happened to you and you've been called white, I apologize for 400 episodes of my crackernism, but sorry.
Trey, are you looking at me right now?
No, I'm never looking at you. Don't trust shit I say, Radu.
I have so many questions about what just happened.
I made a lot of promises to ants. Is what I've done.
Because of the eyes. I don't know where you're looking.
eyes. Yeah, they're always dancing all over the fucking place.
Isn't it nice driving on the road though when you're doing comedy? Like if you were driving for other work, you'd be like, this is bullshit. But when you
I often tell people we're truck drivers. We just dump off a load of dick jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a trip I took. It was an hour and a half, and I had to contemplate whether or not I was going to stop for a nap. I swear to God. They're like, that's about an hour. I had a guy said, hey, if you want to get back, I got a gig. It's about 2 hours down the road. And I went, does it got a hotel? And he goes, no, man, it's 2 hours. I went, no.
Oh, no.
I'm driving back at night.
I made Trey sleep because he was.
I'm retired. I'm not coming out of retirement unless you got a fucking hotel.
We were within 3 hours of home, and he's doing that head nod where it
it's starting.
hits the window.
Here we go.
And it was sort of just rocking, and I just sleep.
Yeah.
Even though we just talked about this whole first leg of the trip, how you should never go to sleep.
It's different when
Also
someone's
sleep.
like, dude, because they're worthless when they're like.
He'd been up. I was wired. I was good. I was on lots of coffee.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
was great. So I made you sleep, but you needed to sleep.
I guess I should have stayed up, man. I felt bad. I felt awful when I got up. I was like, I let you down, buddy. No. You had to be an introvert, which you love, for an hour and a half.
It was the best hour and a half.
Yeah,
he was knocked out. I turned the radio down. It was nice.
I was at a party, and we were casino partying with some friends and did a bunch of blow. They're like they did 3 lines of blow, and I'm like, I'm going to bed. They're like, what are you talking about? You just did 3 lines. Like, yeah, I'm going to bed. Like, you can sleep? Yep. Fuck yeah. Jesus. I'll do one before bed.
I can drink coffee and sleep.
Damn.
They're like, yeah, you went to bed. I was like, yeah. Like, we were up till like 6 a.m.
Your body hates energy.
Yeah,
it does.
Just not a fan.
No, my body needs. I wake up for no reason. I probably sleep 4 hours a night.
Yeah, I sleep 5 hours,
Yeah.
maybe.
I'll fall asleep on the couch, and most of the time, I'll fall asleep like between 2 or 3. I get up between 6 and 7.
Yeah.
And most of the time, I'm like, I should go to my bed, but I'm kind of just up now.
I'm actually the same way. I will actually only sleep like 4 hours. I do it 4 times a day. But I get the 4 hours in.
All right, we're going to take a. Speaking of breaks, Rob's going to catch a nap. We're going to take a quick one.
Yeah, wake me when you're done.
At Radu Bondar, if you want to follow him on social. Trey Tutson is here with us. We're coming back live from where, Rob?
The Vaults of Lore, Sleepy Time Studios.
We'll be right back.
Question? Comment? Just need to vent? Email us at podcast@praisewhiskey.com.
Welcome back. Episode 754. Radu Bondar joining Trey, Rob, myself. We have whiskey. We're broadcasting from the where, Rob?
TheVaultsofLore.com.
Yes, I like doing that. We got a sample. I had Mike send us a sample. So the book is not out, obviously. It's not. We're not asking you to go buy a book. We just want you to check out the site. This is, Rob, I think you have all of the, Trey's shaking his head. Trey's shaking his head right now.
What? I'm ready. I'm ready to hear this.
All right, this is a sample.
It's a fantasy book. I'm not.
Yeah, but we're gonna have Rob. Rob does so many anime voices. I'm sure he could give sounds to these people, right?
Sure.
All right, let's see a sample, Rob, from
This is a sample of Vaults of Lore. Angelica, Magic's End.
That's probably the word.
Yes.
1,000 gods, Boyang laughed mightily
as he hurried down the hall to meet me. One who has mastery of the court of heaven is mighty, but one who has mastery of himself is mightier.
Are you there, Trey?
Is he? It sounds like he channeling the Bible. Like that's what it sounds like.
I think we'll be fine, Luke, I said. I mean, we can always just go back to the pack for help and come back later if our own armies make a big tournament out of it.
Ooh.
You had better... Oh, I can't read the shit. It's very small.
And action.
You had better see what we're up against first, Dolphine warned. I nodded and stepped out into the light of day for the first time in maybe a year or so. The mobs of Uruk had encircled the courtyard. There stood among them one young man with the thinnest of beards and curly black hair.
Are you intrigued yet, Trey?
What's going on? It sounds like he found a black dude.
Uruk. That's who it is.
Oh, Trey could be Uruk.
Behind him, indeed, a vast army, numbering nearly 1,000 gods. Some were carved of wood, some of stone, some of copper, some of bronze, and a few of silver, and a few flaked with gold. Such a fine sampling of religious diversity and artwork from the ancient world would be the envy of any museum or the like of irresistible bubble wrap waiting to be popped by the zealous monotheists, longing to uncreate them for the sake of their own creator.
You in, Trey?
Why the fuck you use all the big words? There was so many big words in a row.
Trey.
Yeah, try reading them.
Great.
That's how books work, Trey.
That was too many in a row. He should scale back.
Okay, this guy is very sensitive to all peoples.
See?
He's willing for everybody to be comfortable coming into this book because that was a lot of positivity.
Don't let me finish.
Thank you.
What those big words were.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
There's a long way to go around of like, this was a marvelous endeavor.
Most of the gods stood but ankle high, and a few with the aid of a piece of wood or a rock to lean on. Is this some kind of a joke? Lukai asked me in Beher. What?
That's a language,
That's
Rob.
the kid we almost ran over on the road. Well, what is he doing here?
All right, I'm stopping you right there. I'm not going to let you read anymore.
Okay.
Pause. It's a lot to digest. You don't get it all in one episode.
No. You
Yeah,
don't want
exactly.
to give it away.
Vaultalore.com. Stop by.
I am so impressed with fantasy people. Like the writers, you have to commit to making up an entire universe.
It is, when you talk about world building, that is those.
Look at Trey. He's like,
Trey has no idea. So do you watch sci-fi or fantasy at all? Is that your?
Occasionally, it's not even my big thing, but it's always interlaced with the video games I've liked to play.
Yeah.
Those kind of RPGs and
Gods
stuff.
of War and Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
They create almost a language sometimes because everything's got to have its own religious hierarchy,
It's
your
got
own
to follow
pantheon,
all its own logic.
Oh my God.
its own magical physics, its own Trey. You know,
Bro, I just can't believe people still write books. It's like blows my mind.
haven't we covered everything?
This shit was hot like in the 1700s. Right with what's old boy?
You say they
what's
should-
old boy?
Charles Dickens.
The other motherfucker,
Jesus?
the dude that drank himself to death.
All of them. Ernest Hemingway.
absolutely.
Hemingway, right? All them.
That was very recently.
That
dog.
shit was
That was
hot.
not the 17th
that was the
century.
60s.
What was that?
When did Hemingway die?
Like the 30s.
He
I don't
died
know.
in
He
Florida.
died in Cuba before it was communist.
or Cuba.
dog.
Yeah, it was Cuba. That's
I don't know. I'm just saying. There was times when novels was the shit.
Yeah.
And everybody had their time. Everybody was an author. And
You're saying they should have gone the way of the DVD
Trey,
and the laser disc?
The corrections came out in the 90s.
I just don't get how books is still around.
Yeah.
They still have bookstores.
Yes.
Fucking blows my
They
mind.
still have bookstores.
Libraries still open.
And people still
just
create
don't.
people create these imaginary worlds.
It's okay
Bro,
to
you gotta grow up. Like at some point,
No, you don't.
that fantasy shit, that's for them Toys R Us kids, motherfuckers. Like it's
You're
know.
incorrect. Everybody needs something to escape into. For some people,
You know what, Trey?
Okay, okay,
There's still
you're right.
bookstores, but there aren't Toys R Us. How about you like that, huh? Yeah.
take that.
Spicy.
Somebody did it wrong. That's all I'm saying.
No,
Somebody
I'm a fan of anybody, man. You create an entire world in your head and write that shit down.
Bro, I'm really trying to get into reading. Like I'm really trying to, but I'm like,
Go to vaultsoflore.com.
it just my mind is blown. I'm like, yo, somebody sat down and just came up with this shit.
Yes.
I can't get past that part.
It's
the book part. No, a book. They wanted somebody to read it. I just feel like it should be
Like-
all movies now.
Like even for like a minor setting part, you got to come up with like an extra name for a planet.
A place, an
and
entire.
you're like Bahalzor. And you're like, all right, everyone don't look weird when I say it. Like everyone just believe that I've got authority when I say this out loud. Like Lucas, when he was first saying all the Star Wars shit.
All those names when you're Salacious Crumb. You come on. Come on. Even Luke Skywalker, the first 12 times they said that in a room full of actual people.
Yeah.
They were like, you're not gonna
That's his full name.
Skywalker. Well, what are we gonna call him? Was it all right, that could be the name.
They even had the fucking squid guy, General.
Admiral Akbar.
Yeah, he was like the name of his race were like the squid bro.
No, even better than that. They were the Mon Calamari.
Yeah, the Mon Calamari.
Beyond
There's a fucking squid.
Some
people.
shit about to be eaten.
He was a fish. He was a fish
a trap.
man.
It's a
and
trap.
They made his race the Mon Calamari.
Yeah.
Like I think that's awesome. But that's
not even trying.
You don't have to try. I mean, one of the guys' names was Yak Face.
Is this vaultsoflord.com?
No, this is Star Wars.
I was like, is this Vault of Lord? I'm confused. I'm like, damn, they read a lot.
Whoa.
Deep in the Vault of Lord.
I love when you
Bringing
don't.
up extra races and shit.
I love when you don't know something. I think that my brain was like, "There's no way he doesn't know." You don't know Star Wars?
No.
Have you
There's
ever
a
seen
black guy in Star Wars.
No, that's not. I know Donald Glover did Lando.
Yes.
But I don't, ain't no.
There's an original Lando. There's a before one.
Yes, he was playing
Do you
somebody
know who
else.
played him?
Billy D. Williams.
Yeah,
He
but
played
you know what's
everybody.
funny? There were more calamaris than black people in the Star Wars universe.
That's true. Yeah. There were more alien races.
There was he wasn't the only black
there's
dude.
nobody.
Yeah, he was.
No, bro. They
Lando was the only black guy in all of the originals.
Sam Jackson was in the laters.
Yes, and James Earl Jones.
The weird purple fucking
Purple lightsaber. I'm only gonna do it if you make my lightsaber like Prince. Prince is the only person that should ever get a purple lightsaber.
I really hope he didn't. He's like, can I just get a regular lightsaber? And they're like, no, dog. It really works better if it's purple for us, for our branding.
Purple.
Is this vaultsoflord.com? Oh, yeah. Shit. Y'all keep blowing. What the fuck?
Trey, what is the? Okay,
You've seen the original Star Wars, right?
No, Rob. I ain't seen shit with them two words together ever.
Star or Wars.
No.
All right, you don't even enjoy science fiction. Really.
That's what I was going to talk about. No.
So, like, as a kid,
I haven't even seen a space movie. That's
Never.
what I ain't fucked with.
Rob's been in two.
Fuck the Star. I have seen a space movie. I've seen all the Men in Blacks.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay.
It's about aliens, right?
Okay, so think about
That's an entire world building exercise right
exactly.
there. It's
fantasy.
No, but they use-
fantasy is
okay.
like the Men in Black movies if they weren't trying to be funny.
yes.
If they were just trying to live in that experience.
Sounds
weird,
like torture. Because I'm going to need to make some laughs about this motherfucker's googly eyes.
sugar water.
Wait, you never did you play with action figures as a kid? Did you like? I grew up. So for me, I grew up on like He-Man and
considered
G.I.
gay.
Joe and Transformers and Star Wars toys, and like that's yeah.
No, my dad was considered it to be gay. He was like, I ain't raising no faggots. Put that Spider-Man back on the shelf.
Touching them little man for what you doing?
Why is pants so tight? He was doing shit like that. Motherfucker out in some blue drawers, just solving crimes. You can't be believing that. Come over here and pick up this basketball. This is real. This is a dream.
I'm sure my dad kind of felt that, but he could never vocalize that.
My dad clearly probably. Oh,
Yeah?
God, this
Yeah.
fucking gay shit. Oh my God.
What?
I couldn't play with no motherfucking action figures. That was
Yeah, my
No,
dad,
he did give me the Evil Knievel action figure.
see,
That was kind of cool because it had a motorcycle and you could jump shit.
Yeah.
my dad just left.
What a more responsible and reasonable thing to do.
No,
Than stick around and berate you for things you like.
I'm so much more adjusted. My parents,
I'm out of here.
my parents, they didn't leave, but they did. They got divorced when I was like 9, so I didn't have a judgmental male figure looking over me when I was playing with He-Man. and
Man, the best one ever, the best action figure was the $6 Million Man one.
No, that didn't
Yeah.
exist when I was a kid.
Well,
When
sorry.
did that come out?
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever the movie or the show.
So the 70s?
Yeah. $6
Maybe it
Million Man. I had $6 Million Man and Evil Knievel.
Why was he a good actor?
That's what I'm asking.
Because it had all his abilities.
Did his arm? Did he have like bionic?
He had one
like,
arm that was arm that would go out and punch really
Yeah.
fucking hard, But then you could look through the back of his head, and it had like a little telescope because he had the telescopic vision.
Yeah.
So you could look through the back of his head and see shit.
And it was like a telescope.
Yeah.
I didn't like the action figures that had a bunch of little parts.
No.
I would always get those dirty very fast. Slime and cum and mud and stuff. You just get, I need one big block, you know.
That's a lot of weird things for
Just less crevices is still good for me, you know.
It's
It's
still-
still
I didn't
You
like
preferred
playing with
statues.
yes, non-porous.
Play with these statues. My bronze toys. Radu, why did your toy box weigh 1 billion pounds?
I had a lot of granite ovals.
I hated playing with that shit. God damn. Dude.
Yeah, you could have taken them back to Romania in the summer and sold them on the black market.
Yeah,
for
no.
food.
Boom.
They're like, this is nuclear rod.
Like, give me Bush.
Oh, I trade you this transformer for food.
How the fuck did y'all play with it? Because I didn't like it because I had to use my imagination too much.
That's exactly what was cool.
I hated that.
Why?
I hated thinking as a kid. That was so annoying.
What?
I had to come up with my own shit.
Your own stories?
What was your shit as a kid?
I like pamphlets.
No, shut up.
Call back.
Nah, it was a lot of video games. It was just a lot of video. Like
Yeah.
they would give me that shit. I never
But there's
like.
an age when you're like too little for you. But you know what I mean? When you're like 5 to 8. What are you doing then? What's your shit then? Are you just getting yelled
video?
at?
No, all I played was like that was all I did
You've had video games since
I was 5 years old.
Interesting.
Because
I'm older, so it's I don't have that point of reference. Like video games for me, we had Atari and Nintendo. I mean Atari and like in television at the very beginning.
Yeah.
But you could only play that for so long. Like I remember that when I was like 5,
Because
6,
it sucks
7.
shit.
It was just it was just
Yeah.
boop, boop. I guess that's all it does. So the real Nintendo, I was probably that was like 86. I don't know, somewhere in there. I was probably 10, 11.
Yeah.
I was getting old, so I was old enough to understand all that. The rest of that shit was me with just little static toys telling my own stories.
fuck that. Shit sounds tribal. I'd rather make up a world and then I gotta figure my shit out in there.
Then vaultsoflore.com is the place for you.
Right? Get out there, Eric.
Yeah,
Uric. What's his
They got it all set up for you, ready to go. Just read through it.
Yeah, it's a whole world built for your satisfaction.
that shit is. It takes.
You don't have to do anything but show up.
Reading takes so long. Nobody brings up how time consuming that shit is. Yeah, it just takes up too much fucking time, and then you gotta like try to focus your brain while you reading. I hate thinking about other shit while I'm reading. It's fucking
But it's you gain so much knowledge sometimes.
Bro, I've read 4 books in my existence.
Here's why you should like books.
I can't tell you not one of the chapters.
he's read 4 books in his existence.
No, I think he's right. He always downplays shit like that.
Bro.
He's like insulted by the
I
idea.
can name the 4. I can name the 4.
Can we start? If there's,
Remember-
wait. If there's only 4, can we get? You are gonna say Remember the Titans. So
No, I was not.
no. Wait. What the fuck was?
Remember me to Herald Square.
What the fuck is that?
Don't know. I just saw some white people on the cover. And I was like, this got 5 AR points.
Okay. All right.
And it was 83 pages. So I read that one. I read this fatherhood book my dad gave me by this dude named, I think,
Bill Cosby?
Miles Monroe.
Strong
Read
word.
that book. I turned 18. He was like, this is your future. He just gave me a fatherhood book. And I read that. That was like 127 pages.
You count them like community service hours.
What the fuck is the 3rd book? I can't remember the other 2 books.
Here's why I think you would like books because
Pimp. I read Pimp.
oh, that's funny.
But I don't remember none of the stories.
Of course, yeah. Why would that help? Here's why I think you like books, especially novels. Novels are just movies for poor people. You do it in your head.
I don't like them.
You know what I mean?
I have a rich mind. I don't give a damn what my bank account says. My mind says I don't fuck with books.
But you can direct
I like
it.
movies.
Listen, you can direct it however you want. You can cast the shit however you want.
Radu, I don't like doing that.
When I read any book, Idris Elba's the protagonist. It makes
my
the Bible
God.
strange, but
And Alice in Wonderland is weird. We got to get out of here. Radu Bondar, at Radu Bondar, RADUBONDAR, if you want to follow him on social. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you'll come back and do this again. Live from the vaultsoflore.com studios.
They don't want no
Trey Tuts and Rob
problem.
Mumble.
Nah.
We'll see you guys
Provided
soon.
by
Scarface.
Thank you for listening to yet another excellent episode of the Whiskey Brothers Podcast, the world's funniest podcast ever. The Whiskey Brothers Podcast was made in America by Americans, mostly in and around the Houston area. All content, copyright The Whiskey Brothers. This concludes our broadcast day. Goodbye.